A creepy crow descends, probably foreshadowing doom and gloom as usual. Pink hair is down for the count, looking like she got rocked. She's coming to, wondering if she took a dirt nap. Classic Manhwa trope. Pink hair is assessing the damage, trying to figure out what went down. Oh snap, she's back on her feet, looking like she's about to go Super Saiyan. Looks like Baldy took a serious L, clutching his ribs like a baby. Pink hair's a tough cookie, still ready to rumble despite the beating. She's surveying the battlefield, probably looking for round 2. Uh-oh, green hair looks like he got absolutely demolished. Some kind of stone golem got wrecked too. This fight was brutal. And it looks like white hair got absolutely pancaked under a ton of rubble. That's a wrap for him. A new dude, orange scarf, drops in and starts styling on these armored goons with some paper talismans. My man Orange Scarf is giving them the death stare while slinging those enchanted paper towels. And boom, whatever he just did, it left a massive crater. Absolute light show. Just when you thought it was over, the final boss, this purple knight, shows up to party. This dude's literally called the Demon Lord and is charging up a you're screwed ball of energy. Our boy Blondie isn't even flinching, just squaring up like he's ready to catch these hands. The Demon Lord starts pulling some vortex-looking bullshit out of thin air. This can't be good. A giant shadow hand reaches out of the sky. Yeah, we're in the endgame now, boys. The Demon Lord is pulling a full-on necromancer move, raising an army of the dead. A new guy with bleeding eyes is freaking out about the whole undead army situation. Another new dude, Skull Mask, realizes the Demon Lord was just sandbagging this whole time. Skull Mask starts screaming for the priest, clearly needing a buff for this raid boss. Turns out Orange Scarf is the priest, and he's calling out the rogue while holding a decapitated helmet. The rogue, Skull Mask, dives headfirst into the horde, telling the priest to use his damn skills. The priest starts his incantation, asking for some divine intervention against this mess. He hits the rogue with a light buff that literally makes him ignore pain. Talk about a power-up. The rogue, now juiced up, starts absolutely shredding through the Demon Lord's minions. This dude is doing some insane acrobatics, using his swords to vault over the battlefield. He's airborne and about to deliver a world of hurt to these purple-glowing trash mobs. The rogue, Skull Mask, is going absolutely feral on these minions with that holy buff. My man just activated Blender mode, turning the Demon Lord's entire army into purple confetti. Skull Mask lands and basically tells the others he'll handle the trash mobs himself. He's screaming at the hero to stop watching and go fight the actual damn boss already. The priest, Orange Scarf, is yelling for the hero, probably telling him it's go time. The Demon Lord is done with the warm-up and is now focused on our boy Blondie. This purple psycho just blitzed across the field, ready to clap the hero's cheeks. Blondie, the hero, somehow manages to block a sword swing that could split a mountain. They're locked in a power struggle, and the Demon Lord is definitely not skipping arm day. The Demon Lord is swinging that massive sword while Blondie is parrying like his life depends on it. The Demon Lord is trying to crush our boy like a bug, shattering the entire arena in the process. Blondie is holding on, looking like he's about to pop a blood vessel from the sheer pressure. This purple psycho is winding up a swing that could level a city, and our boy is right in the blast zone. The Demon Lord's got a whole collection of creepy eyes on his chest, all staring daggers at our guy. Holy shit, Blondie actually connected with a massive hit, cracking the Demon Lord's armor wide open. He just sent the final boss flying across the damn sky like a home run. That's gotta hurt. Our boy stands over the body and drops the classic "it's over" line. You just know that's a mistake. He's pointing his sword, making sure the Demon Lord knows exactly who just rocked his whole world. And there it is, the villain's comeback line. You just jinxed it, you absolute moron. The Demon Lord just blitzed past him at light speed, proving you never ever celebrate too early. The Demon Lord just grabbed our boy Blondie with his purple hair tentacles and is yeeting him into the sky. This purple psycho starts monologuing about how it's not over while charging up some final form bullshit. Some new guy, Pink Cape, shows up just in time to ask if the boss is about to self-destruct. The Demon Lord gives him the "you're damn right I am" look with all 6 of his creepy-ass eyes. But wait. Skull Mask, the guy who just cleared the trash, is diving in to interrupt the party. Skull Mask is basically asking the Demon Lord what the hell he thinks he's doing, looking absolutely feral. Pink Cape is still caught in the tentacles, looking like he's about to have a very bad day. Skull Mask is not having any of this and goes airborne to stick it to the Demon Lord himself. He's dropping the ultimate "if I'm going down, you're coming with me" line. Skull Mask goes for the kamikaze kill shot, telling the Demon Lord to come with him to hell. The priest is screaming for the rogue as his kamikaze attack creates a massive fucking explosion. All that's left is a single purple flame hanging in the sky. That can't be a good sign. Something splashes down into a pool of dark energy, looking like the end of a boss phase. A new attack called Execution of the Abyss drops a giant black cross and Blondie is right there. The priest, Orange Scarf, is just staring up at this new bullshit, completely stunned. My man is freaking out, asking what the hell a black pillar of light is even supposed to be. A shadowy figure starts to reform from the smoke, because of course the boss has a second phase. Blondie, the absolute genius, thinks the rogue is safe and actually looks relieved for a second. And there it is. The moment he realizes that's definitely not his boy coming out of the smoke. The Demon Lord is back, holding some kind of power core, looking even more pissed than before. The Demon Lord is monologuing about how he thought Skull Mask was the chosen one or some shit. This purple psycho is getting all dramatic, wondering if Skull Mask's kamikaze was just for nothing. The Demon Lord is looking real confused, like his whole evil plan just hit a major plot hole. Holy shit, Skull Mask's ghost just materialized and clocked the Demon Lord right in his glowing chest piece. Our boy Blondie is absolutely floored, realizing his boy Skull Mask somehow survived that explosion. The Demon Lord is freaking out, realizing Skull Mask might have the same main character bullshit power-up. Skull Mask is talking about succession, basically confirming he just unlocked a new skill tree by dying. My man Skull Mask is going full feral, screaming that it's time to throw down for real. The priest is calling in the cavalry, and Blondie finally activates his Authority of Light cheat code. Blondie just blitzed the Demon Lord with a holy slash to the face, and this psycho is finally shook. Blondie pulls out his legendary evil-slaying sword and is about to deliver the final blow. The Demon Lord takes the full force of the attack, named Ascalon, right to the damn face. And just like that, Blondie's attack completely vaporized this psycho's arm and caved in his chest. The Demon Lord gets absolutely folded, slamming into the ground like a sack of purple potatoes. The priest, Orange Scarf, is looking around the wreckage, asking if his party is still breathing. He spots the rest of the crew and is just relieved they haven't been turned into paste yet. The priest runs over to find Blondie watching over Skull Mask's body, and it looks grim. My man is freaking out because Skull Mask's body is regenerating after he literally blew himself up. Some disembodied voice pops in like a tutorial, asking if the divine power-up was received. While the priest does his thing, the Demon Lord starts getting up because of course he's not dead. The priest is in disbelief, asking if this purple psycho is actually still alive after all that. The Demon Lord starts his final monologue, trying to sound all wise and mysterious now. This dude admits his body is toast and is basically giving his 2 weeks' notice. Some new sketchy guy in a robe just appears and tells the priest they won the fight. The Demon Lord's body starts crumbling away, because villains always need a dramatic exit. His head literally falls off and shatters while he's still trying to get his last words in. He's passing the torch to Blondie, hitting him with the classic "Your story begins now" line. This psycho is dropping cryptic warnings about despair, trying to be a post-mortem fortune cookie. He keeps yapping about responsibilities like our boy doesn't already have enough on his plate. And just like that, the Demon Lord finally turns into a cloud of emo dust and fucks off. The Demon Lord is still yapping from the great beyond, telling them to pray. Bro, you're dust. Shut up. He's giving our boy Blondie the keep moving forward speech. Is this a villain or a life coach? This psycho is hoping their journey ends better than his. Yeah, no shit. You got absolutely folded. He's admitting he was a naive fool. A little late for a self-reflection arc, my guy. His emo dust is splitting into 2 colors as it ascends to the sky. Even his soul is extra as hell. The Demon Lord is reaching for the sky as he turns to dust, the most dramatic exit in history. And there he goes, blowing away in the wind. Finally, some peace and quiet around here. A single piece of his purple bullshit flies up while the crew just watches from the crater below. The priest is praying it's actually over while Blondie stares up, probably thinking about the sequel boss. The last remnant of the Demon Lord gets absorbed by the sun. Good riddance, you purple menace. The narrator drops the "and the world was saved" line. Yeah, sure, like it's ever that simple. Someone's doing the victory walk with bandaged feet. Gotta be Skull Mask after his little stunt. The whole crew gets their hero's parade, soaking in the cheers from the crowd. The entire town is celebrating like they just won the Super Bowl, confetti and good vibes everywhere. And here comes the time skip, because we can't have the party stay together for too long. The white-haired mage gets dragged back to magic school by his pissed-off headmaster. His vacation's over. The buff elf lady dips out, probably heading back to the forest to lift some logs or something. Our boy the priest, Orange Scarf, pieces out to go back to being a holy man. The party's officially over. Blondie's looking all serious in his new royal drip. My man's about to get a promotion. And there it is, they're making our boy the king. From hero to royalty, the classic career path. Our boy Blondie is officially King Blondie now, soaking up the cheers like he was born for this. And it looks like Skull Mask went back to his old life, scars and all. Good for him, I guess. The narrator's dropping the happily ever after montage. Yeah, I'm not buying it for a second. Everyone's all smiles now that the big bad is gone. This much happiness is just asking for trouble. The age of peace continued for a long time. That's the biggest fucking jinx I've ever heard. And there it is, the 150-year time skip. Told you that peace shit wouldn't last. We're back in a creepy-ass forest with some shadowy figure lurking. The good times are officially over. Holy shit, it's Skull Mask, still alive and kicking. My man is literally too stubborn to die. He's chilling with a ghost girl, complaining about a cold. Bro, you're over 150, that's just called being old. Skull Mask is reminiscing about how the world has changed. He's basically a grumpy, immortal grandpa now. Skull Mask is getting all philosophical, saying he's the only thing that hasn't changed. A shooting star immediately proves him wrong. The universe is just trolling him at this point. My man gets all emo because even the damn stars are changing on him. He's calling his immortality a curse. Yeah, outliving all your boys sounds like a raw deal. He's remembering that the Demon Lord's final gift was this never-ending life bullshit. Skull Mask is questioning the whole point of being immortal. Bro's having a midlife crisis. He's basically saying he's stuck in spectator mode forever, which sounds like absolute hell. My man is just done with it all, questioning the meaning of his endless existence. He's realizing he's doomed to be alone forever. That's a tough pill to swallow. The scene ends with a shot of the sky, leaving our boy to his emo thoughts. That shooting star Skull Mask was bitching about is actually a fucking meteor heading straight for his emo corner. Skull Mask is just watching it, probably wondering what fresh hell the universe has decided to throw at him this time. And it's not a star, it's a whole-ass skeleton falling from the sky. You can't make this shit up. Just as things get weird, some random blonde kid pops up to stare at our immortal grandpa. The falling skeleton has a purple glow in its eye, which is the universal sign for, this is gonna be a problem. This kid just walks right up to Skull Mask like he's not a creepy skeleton man having a mid-immortality crisis. The narrator reminds us it's been 150 years, just to emphasize how long our boy has been moping. This kid's got main character eyes, and apparently his arrival is what gets the plot moving again. The kid and Skull Mask have a stare down, officially ending our boy's 150-year-long pity party. And there it is, the narrator confirms that Skull Mask's boring, lonely retirement is officially over. We're setting the scene in some backwater place called Tower Village on the edge of the Empire. The story's taking us out behind the mountains, where our boy Skull Mask is having his emo time. The blonde kid is still just standing there, having a full-on staring contest with our immortal grandpa. Skull Mask is just processing that a literal child has stumbled upon his 150-year-long sulk session. My man is wondering what the hell this kid is doing wandering around the woods at night. And the kid just walks right up and starts poking his damn skull. Zero survival instincts. This little psycho is actually hyped, screaming about finding a talking skeleton like it's a new toy. He's literally squishing Skull Mask's face like it's a goddamn stress ball. Skull Mask finally grabs the kid's hand, telling him to knock it the hell off. My man's complaining that this is the first lost kid who's ever tried to finger his eye sockets. Skull Mask asks the kid if his parents ever taught him to run from talking skeletons. The kid hits him with the "don't judge a book by its cover" line, completely shutting down our boy's intimidation attempt. My man's complaining that his 150-year emo session just got crashed by this random-ass kid. The kid starts asking questions, wondering if Skull Mask is a knight because of his big sword. Skull Mask starts lying his ass off, claiming he's some important messenger for the Emperor. The kid totally buys it and gets hyped, and you can see Skull Mask's ego inflating in real time. My man starts flexing with his giant sword, saying it's a big shot job only he can do. He summons a little purple ghost fox to show off his necromancy, just to impress a child. The kid is absolutely losing his mind over the magic fox, while Skull Mask is still pissed about being called Mr. And just like that, the kid wants to be his student, completely derailing Skull Mask's retirement plan. Skull Mask is trying to play it cool, acting like he was just bored with his 150-year retirement. The kid calls him on his bullshit, but Skull Mask immediately backpedals, saying it's too much work. This little psycho starts shaking him and calling him a heartless skeleton. The disrespect is real. The kid gets all serious, telling Skull Mask he's not a mister. Okay, this is getting weird. And we get a time skip to the next day, because this kid is clearly not leaving. Skull Mask is just trying to chill, but his new shadow is still hanging around. His emo corner is officially compromised. The kid just drop-kicked the ghost fox for no reason. This little dude is an absolute menace. My man is trying to get rid of him, but the kid's already practicing with a stick, demanding lessons. Skull Mask is worried about getting busted for kidnapping, which is a fair point for a talking skeleton. The kid pulls out a damn hatchet and tells him not to worry. This is not a normal child. The kid drops the classic tragic backstory about his parents dying in a fire. Well, that escalated quickly. Skull Mask is just silent as the kid hits him with the "my dead mom said so" guilt trip. The kid's got that shonen protagonist fire, screaming about his need to get stronger. He's gripping that stick like it's a legendary sword. This kid is not playing around. The kid hits Skull Mask with the "you get it, right?" stare, basically forcing his hand. Skull Mask sees a reflection of his old self in this kid's drive. The emo armor is cracking. My man lets out a sigh of defeat. His 150-year vacation just got canceled by a child. He finally caves and agrees to teach him, and the kid is absolutely losing it with excitement. Skull Mask tries to sound dignified by calling himself a lady, and the kid is just confused as hell. The kid's just happy to have a master, while Skull Mask is stuck with his own dumbass lie. The kid is already beating the shit out of the ghost fox, while Skull Mask monologues about his new purpose. My man is just watching the kid run off, still trying to justify ending his 150-year retirement plan. He's calling this his atonement, so he's basically doing community service for being a bad messenger. And the training montage begins, with Skull Mask teaching the kid how to properly swing a stick. They're already taking naps together under a tree. My man's 150-year emo phase is officially over. Skull Mask summons some actual demons, and the kid is just munching on a snack, completely unimpressed. The training has now escalated to the kid running for his life from pink monsters, while Skull Mask just watches. Holy shit, the kid is now dual-wielding and fighting them off, and Skull Mask looks genuinely shocked. They're now just goofing off, making scary faces at each other. The character development is real. My man has gone from immortal edgelord to scaring random travelers with his new sidekick, and the traveler just faints on the spot. Skull Mask and the kid's new hobby is apparently traumatizing the locals. My man Skull Mask is now a full-time babysitter, letting the kid nap on him. The edgelord arc is officially over. The kid's holding his bony hand, solidifying the fact that Skull Mask has been adopted against his will. They're just chilling together, and it's clear the kid has completely broken down his 150-year-old emo walls. The training has leveled up, and now the kid is actually sparring with Skull Mask. No more sticks and stones. The kid's got some serious form now, looking like a proper swordsman. Skull Mask is a surprisingly good teacher. They're going at it, and the kid is actually holding his own against the immortal legend. The glow-up is real. This little psycho is having the time of his life fighting his skeleton dad. He's definitely a shonen protagonist. Skull Mask looks so damn proud watching his student come at him. The lady lie is long forgotten, I guess. And boom, an 11-year time skip. Someone's taking a dip, and that silhouette is definitely not the kid anymore. Skull Mask is on dinner duty calling out to the kid after snagging a rabbit. My man's a full-on skeleton dad now. And the kid, who is definitely not a kid anymore, answers him, still calling him Mister after all this time. Holy shit, the time skip did her good. She's a full-on warrior now and is ready to help her skeleton dad with dinner. They're cooking over the fire, and she's getting ready to drop some serious news on him. She tells Skull Mask they need to have a serious talk. The fun and games part of the montage is officially over. Skull Mask is caught off guard by the sudden mood shift. He's not used to this serious version of his student. She drops the bomb that her old village, the one from her tragic backstory, has been completely wiped out. She explains the Empire just bailed on the frontier towns, leaving everyone to get wrecked by monsters. Skull Mask is just taking it all in, realizing the peace his old crew fought for is long gone. She looks him dead in the eye and says she's strong now, basically telling him it's time to stop training and start fighting. Skull Mask calls his student out, asking if she's trying to pull a main character move and become a hero. My man hits her with the "I've known you for 11 years" speech, basically saying he can read her like a book. He starts reminiscing about the OG Blondie, telling her how everyone thought his hero dream was a total joke. He drops the legendary line that you don't need a resume to save people, and his student is absolutely inspired. Skull Mask gets all formal, dropping his full title like he's about to knight her or some shit. He officially passes the torch, giving his student a sword to mark the end of her training arc. He gives her the "use this for good" speech, making sure she doesn't go full villain with her new toy. She accepts the sword, officially graduating from the School of Hard Knocks and Skeleton Dads. He sends her off on her hero quest, telling her to save the world and come back in one piece. My man hits her with the "I'll be waiting" line, solidifying his role as the lonely mentor at the starting zone. The student is waving goodbye, all hyped up to go be a main character and save the world. Skull Mask is already doing the math, wondering how many decades he's got to wait this time. She's off on her hero's journey, and my man is just bracing for another long-ass wait. He's officially the guardian of this random-ass tree now, his new post-retirement gig. She's running off with full shonen protagonist energy, promising to come back after her world tour. Another time skip, and his sword is already growing plants. My man's becoming part of the scenery. Skull Mask is back in waiting mode, but this time he's actually got a reason to stick around. The narrator gets all poetic, calling their 11 years together a passing encounter. Damn, that's cold. My man's alone again, but at least this time he's not having a full-blown existential crisis about it. And there he is, looking like a garden gnome after God knows how long. The waiting game is strong with this one. Some new voice asks if he's lost. Bro, he's been a landmark for decades at this point. Skull Mask is still trying to correct people on the Mr. thing. My man, just let the lie die. Holy shit, it's his student, all grown up and looking like she just walked out of a war zone. My man is just frozen, probably trying to process that his multi-decade waiting game is finally over. She's smiling through the blood and grime, just happy to see her old skeleton dad again. Yeah, she's definitely not been on a vacation, judging by that busted up and bleeding leg. She's laughing her ass off, telling him her adventure was a blast despite clearly getting wrecked. She starts gushing about how huge the world was, like a kid back from a very violent summer camp. She tells him she put his lessons to good use, basically becoming a freelance hero for hire. And there's the catch. She got so popular, the Emperor got jealous and ordered her execution. Classic. She just collapses into his arms, finally letting go after God knows how long on the run. My girl is apologizing for being dizzy. Yeah, that's what happens when you're bleeding out, genius. She's trying to joke around, asking if he missed her, while literally looking like death warmed over. She's clutching his robe, saying she wants to hear his story now. Girl, you're about to take a dirt nap. And there she goes, passed out in his lap. The hero's return didn't last very long, did it? Skull Mask is just staring down at her. You can feel the 150 years of repressed rage about to surface. And there it is, the purple glow in his eye. Someone just rang the dinner bell for an absolute ass-whooping. Meanwhile, the Emperor's goon squad is marching through the woods looking for their target. These trash mobs are complaining about having to climb a mountain to kill one person. The disrespect is unreal. The lead knight spots Skull Mask and tells him to scram. Oh, you sweet summer child, you have no idea. Skull Mask starts ripping his clothes off, asking these clowns if they know where they're standing. My man's asking if this place still looks like a mountain to them. The edgelord energy is back, baby. A giant fucking eye opens up in the ground. Yeah, that's definitely not a mountain anymore. The lead knight gets his leg snatched by a demon tentacle. You just fucked with the wrong skeletons, kid. The ground erupts with purple demons, and these goons are about to become a light snack. Skull Mask drops the lore bomb that he built this mountain out of the demon lord's leftover army. He's not exaggerating either. My man literally turned them all into ground beef 120 years ago. Turns out his emo corner is a mass grave he built himself. This dude's retirement plan was metal as hell. He's been guarding this place the whole time to keep necromancers away. His whole sulking act was a front. And now he's telling these trash mobs that guard duty is over. He's about to sick his demon army on them. The lead knight is trying to rally the troops while stomping a demon. Bro, form ranks ain't gonna work here. This genius thinks Skull Mask has a minion limit. My man, he's been saving up for 120 years. He's still trying to strategize, but that look in his eye says he knows he's absolutely fucked. And there it is, the oh shit moment when he sees the endless tide of purple demons. Skull Mask is just standing there, letting these clowns soak in the absolute horror they just walked into. The demon cavalry charges, and it's clear this isn't a fight, it's a goddamn extermination. The lead knight finally asks who the hell he's dealing with. A little late for that, my guy. He gets his face slashed mid-sentence because Skull Mask's army has zero time for questions. And there goes his head. My man just got turned into a Pez dispenser by a purple ghost horse. Skull Mask hits him with the rhetorical, "Who am I?" as if he's about to drop his whole resume. Skull Mask is standing over the carnage, looking like he's about to drop the most epic "I told you so" in history. He finally drops his title, claiming he's the Emperor's voice, which means that Messenger Lie was actually true. My man slams his sword into the ground, about to send a strongly worded, magically enforced email to the entire empire. The whole damn mountain cracks as he broadcasts his message. This is definitely not a local call. He's telling the entire empire to listen up, because the messenger is officially back on the clock and he's pissed. Some random kid in a village is looking out his window, probably wondering what that apocalyptic rumble was. The kid is freaking out as the sky goes full-on doomsday mode. Yeah, Skull Mask's message has some kick. He's dropping a warning that if the Empire strays from the path, there will be consequences. A purple demon hand climbs over a cliff, signaling that the consequences are already here and they're pissed. And there's his entire demon army, scaling the mountains to go fuck up the Empire. The war has officially begun. Skull Mask is basically telling the nobles to fix the Empire's shit, or his demon army will do it for them. His purple glowing skeleton army is on the march, and they look ready to absolutely wreck the entire country. My man is standing on a giant demon skull, looking like the final boss he was always meant to be. And the invasion begins with a fiery impact because my man doesn't do subtle entrances. He's calling out his old homeland, telling them it's time to pay the price for fucking with his kid. We cut to some poor bastard running for his life, probably trying to outrun the apocalypse Skull Mask just unleashed. This dude thinks he's found safety, but the village ahead is already getting the full demon army treatment. He spots some soldiers and thinks he's saved. You just know this is about to go sideways real fast. This idiot is screaming about being saved while the soldiers just stand there looking like they're about to commit a war crime. And there it is. He gets absolutely vaporized by a purple demon. Turns out those soldiers weren't a rescue party. The local guard starts screaming about undead. Yeah, that's Skull Mask's strongly worded letter arriving. Some knight commander is trying to rally the troops, completely unaware of the shitstorm he's about to walk into. This knight is holding a purple demon core and saying sunflower and roasted potato. What the fuck kind of activation code is that? And the potato sunflower bomb goes off. This empire's got some weird-ass magic. The explosion actually takes out a chunk of the demon army. Okay, maybe these guys aren't complete trash mobs after all. Skull Mask's army has flying purple stingrays now. My man really thought of everything for this invasion. The knights are finally realizing this is more than a simple necromancer. You think? The sheer number of demons is just insane. This is what 120 years of bottled-up rage looks like. The knights officially confirm they're fighting an entire army. Welcome to the party, pal. Just as the knights are about to get folded, some new shorty with a sword shows up to the fight. This new shorty powers up with some Doan-style bullshit, looking ready to absolutely go to work. My man Doan-style blitzes forward, looking like he's about to shred through Skull Mask's entire army. And just like that, he one-shots a demon, turning it into purple mist. Okay, this guy's the real deal. He's pulling a wolf hunt on these trash mobs, leaping over walls just to style on them. This dude's got some kind of steam-breathing power-up. He's definitely not just a regular knight. Doan-style is just standing there surrounded by demon corpses. He just soloed an entire damn wave. A new shirtless knight, Escher Soma, is wondering what kind of psycho can summon this many demons. Shirtless Knight is giving the death stare, clearly not impressed with Skull Mask's whole apocalypse vibe. Just then, a giant-ass demon head pops over the village wall. Skull Mask is bringing out the big guns now. Shirtless Knight spots the big boy and basically says, "Yep, that's the one I gotta kill." Skull Mask's giant demon is roaring its head off, making sure the whole damn village knows it's fucked. Shirtless Knight is holding a little skull, trying to put a name to the necromancer who just ruined his day. He's analyzing the situation, realizing he's up against a full-on necromancer with a whole-ass army. My man's confused why this mage is fighting on the front lines instead of cowering in the back like a coward. Shirtless Knight powers up his sword, getting ready to throw down with whatever Skull Mask sends his way. Skull Mask's big boy starts splitting into smaller, but still absolutely jacked purple demons. Shirtless Knight activates his own Doan style, getting ready to counter Skull Mask's bullshit with his own. My man just drop-kicked a demon right in the damn knee. This dude is all about that close-quarters combat. He hits them with the Wolf Cloud, turning himself into a goddamn whirlwind of death and destruction. And he just clocks the giant demon right in the jaw. This dude has absolutely zero fear. Skull Mask's purple goons are still pouring in, and the big one looks like he's the mini-boss of this wave. My man is watching the fight from afar, realizing this Shirtless Knight's leg-targeting style is some next-level bullshit. He's remembering his student's busted leg, and suddenly this knight's whole fighting style is getting real personal. Skull Mask's eyes are glowing as he connects the dots, wondering if this is the same asshole who hurt his kid. He's done spectating and sends one of his purple demon birds to deliver a strongly worded dive-bombing message. Shirtless Knight is still holding the line, looking like he's ready for whatever fresh hell comes next. And Skull Mask just drops a whole-ass tsunami of demon bodies on the entire damn village. Some new long-legged freak with a funky sword just dropped in to join the party, looking like a total psycho. And this new psycho is actually fighting Shirtless Knight, blocking his sword like it's absolutely nothing. Shirtless Knight is locked in a power struggle, realizing this new dude is on a whole other level of crazy. This new long-legged psycho is just casually blocking Shirtless Knight's sword like it's a damn toy. Shirtless Knight is giving him the death stare, but you can tell he's realizing he's not the top dog here. My man Shirtless Knight goes for a big swing, but this new dude is way too quick for that basic shit. Oh, the irony. Long-legged freak just kicked Shirtless Knight right in his damn leg using his own move against him. Shirtless Knight is absolutely losing his mind that someone just used his signature leg breaker move on him. And the new guy follows up with a sword to the face while he's still processing the disrespect. This new psycho's mask is crying black tears, just like our boy Skull Mask. This is getting real suspicious. Long-legged freak is just beating the absolute shit out of Shirtless Knight. This isn't a fight, it's a beatdown. He's got a death grip on that purple sword, looking like he's about to deliver the final blow. My man is winding up a swing that's about to turn Shirtless Knight into a permanent part of the pavement, and long-legged psycho's sword connects, lighting up Shirtless Knight's whole world like the 4th of July. We get a close-up on that crying Skull Mask, just in case you forgot who's really pulling the strings here. Shirtless Knight gets absolutely launched while the new psycho lands like a feather. The disrespect is off the charts. My man Shirtless Knight is coughing up blood, calling this new dude a monster. Yeah, we gathered that, genius. He's barely standing, admitting he hasn't been rocked this hard in years and demanding to know who the hell he is. The skull-faced psycho hits him with the "I'm a vengeful ghost" line. Skull Mask is not being subtle with his new puppet. Shirtless Knight is trying to strategize, thinking he needs to stall by pissing him off. Bold move. Let's see how it plays out. He starts mocking the whole vengeful ghost thing, asking who he's even getting revenge for. This genius doubles down, saying they've killed so many people he wouldn't even know. You just signed your own death warrant, dumbass. We cut back to Skull Mask, and the narrator reminds us that this puppet show is draining his stamina. The narrator explains that Skull Mask's puppet show is costing him a fuck ton of mana. Shirtless Knight is trying to stall, but Skull Mask's puppet is done with the conversation. The puppet just grabs Shirtless Knight by the face, completely shutting down his whole strategy. And he gets a purple sword right through the damn chest for his troubles. So much for stalling. Shirtless Knight's eye is screaming, "I have made a terrible mistake." Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. The puppet hits him with the "you proud of being a murderer" line, and you know this is personal. Skull Mask's puppet starts monologuing about how the Empire kills for petty bullshit. My man is getting his face caved in while the puppet calls his power worthless. And there it is, the puppet confirms they hurt his kid. This just went from a war to an execution. Shirtless Knight is getting his jaw rearranged for messing with the wrong skeleton's adopted daughter. Shirtless Knight's eye is screaming, "I have severely miscalculated," as he realizes who he's dealing with. The puppet winds up to deliver the final blow, about to turn this dude into a permanent part of the scenery. Shirtless Knight tries a last-ditch block, but Skull Mask's puppet is putting all that dad rage into this swing. And he gets absolutely pancaked into the wall. That's a wrap for the Empire's #1 leg breaker. This psycho is still talking shit from the rubble, calling the puppet a monster while looking like a crumpled napkin. He's pulling the "for the greater good" card, saying his kid's death was necessary. You just dug your own grave, buddy. The puppet hits him with the Uno reverse, saying his death is also necessary, then immediately says, "Nah." Skull Mask's puppet decides to let him live, probably because he's got something way worse than death planned. A random-ass beam of light just zaps the mountain where Skull Mask is posted up. What the hell is that? The puppet gets the blue light special, and looks like it just received a new patch update from the boss. That blue light is tearing through the sky, looking like some kind of holy orbital strike. And it's not just one, the whole damn sky is raining down these holy lasers on the village. Turns out the Empire was setting up some massive anti-demon barrier this whole time. And they're powering it with a pit of fucking hands. The Empire is just as psycho as the demons. Shirtless Knight is smiling through the pain, saying "mission complete." This asshole was just stalling. The anti-undead barrier activates, hitting Skull Mask's emo mountain with some serious holy power. A massive shockwave of light erupts from the mountain, because of course they had a counterspell. A giant holy cross appears in the sky. Yeah, Skull Mask's army is about to get exorcised. The holy energy expands into a full-on tsunami, about to cleanse the entire damn battlefield. That holy wave is about to crash down, and Skull Mask's entire demon army is in the splash zone. The holy light is absolutely shredding through Skull Mask's army like they're made of wet paper. My man's purple goons are getting absolutely deleted from existence by this holy bullshit. The knights are just standing there watching as the entire demon army gets turned into a cloud of purple dust. One of the knights is screaming that they're disappearing. Yeah, no shit, Captain Obvious. Shirtless Knight is gloating, telling the puppet his whole 120-year-old army just got wiped. He reveals this holy trap was made by Whitehair from the OG party. Talk about getting betrayed by your own boy's work. Skullmask's puppet just hits him with the "I know," completely unfazed. This dude's bluff game is legendary. My man is just reminiscing about how his old mage buddy was a god-tier craftsman. Shirtless Knight is completely thrown off, wondering why the puppet isn't freaking the hell out. The puppet drops the coldest line, saying he'll just make a new army out of all the dead knights. The puppet says his new army will be the ghosts of everyone the Empire screwed over. Talk about a populist uprising. My man Skullmask is done playing games and is promising to personally bring about the Empire's end. We get a flashback to the OG party, with the narrator dropping the "We hated war" line. Oh, the irony. The flashback continues, reminding us how brutal their old fights were when death was just another Tuesday. And they really thought they won, with King Blondie getting his crown. You sweet, naive fools. The image of their victory shatters because of course that piece was a fucking lie. Skullmask is literally walking on the broken pieces of their dream. The symbolism is heavy, man. He's having a full-on crisis, wondering what the hell they even fought for if this was the result. My man admits he doesn't even know the answer anymore. The immortal depression is hitting hard. He's back to being a lonely silhouette, staring into the void after his big revenge speech. Skullmask is having a full-on emo flashback, questioning what the hell he was even feeling back in the day. My man's asking who he was even fighting for. Bro, you just started a war for your kid, try to keep up. He's all lost now that his old crew is gone, wondering where the hell he's supposed to go from here. And he just walks off into the void of loneliness. The edgelord energy is back at maximum strength. 4 days later, we're in some snowy shithole village. The emo world tour has officially begun. A cloaked figure with a metal hand asks for directions. Yeah, I wonder who the fuck that could be. My man Skullmask just waltzes into a guild hall like he didn't just declare war on the entire country. Some random adventurer tells him to piss off because this is a guild, not Google Maps. Skullmask is trying to be polite, saying he'll bounce if they just point him in the right direction. And of course, some local tough guy gets pissed off by the new guy's shameless request. This new scruffy dude starts trying to intimidate Skullmask, calling him out for being strange. He's telling our boy he smells like blood. Yeah, no shit, he just started a one-man war. This genius starts connecting the dots to a rumor about a certain necromancer. You're getting warmer, buddy. He's literally describing the apocalypse Skullmask just unleashed on Tower Village. The gossip network is fast. He gives Skullmask the "is that you" side-eye, about to ask the dumbest question of his short life. And some other dude just shanks him in the back before he can even finish his sentence. My man just got a knife planted in his spine. That's gotta sting a little. This absolute moron is still trying to ask questions while bleeding out. Priorities, my guy. Skullmask finally drops the hood, and Scruffy Boy realizes he's been talking to a literal undead. My man Skullmask is looking absolutely pissed, probably because he still hasn't gotten his damn directions. Skullmask hits the dying dude with the "pick your fights better" line. Cold as hell. My man calls them rookies and then just fucking explodes out of the way of the attack. The Shanker is looking all smug, like he's the main character of this backwater guild hall, and just like that, the Shanker gets absolutely folded through a brick wall. My man didn't even flinch. This genius is wondering how Skullmask sensed him. Bro, he's an immortal necromancer, not a houseplant. He sends in his goons to do the dirty work. Classic trash mob boss behavior. Skullmask is just standing there, pissed that his simple request for directions turned into a whole-ass brawl. And there's the purple eye glow. He's officially done being polite and is about to choose violence. Some big shirtless dude comes flying in screaming, "Die!" You just know this guy's about to get embarrassed. Skullmask just casually blocks the swing from this roided-out clown like it's a damn fly. And the shirtless clown gets absolutely lit up with a 1,000-punch combo before he can even blink. Skullmask is moving like a goddamn laser beam, proving he's way out of these clowns' league. The Shanker is trying to track him, but you can see the "I've fucked up" realization dawning on his face. My man Skullmask just casually sidesteps a ground pound from the big guy, not even breaking a sweat. The Shanker finally steps in, powering up like he's actually going to make a difference here. He swings for the fences and connects with absolutely nothing but air. Skullmask is just styling on him now. Skullmask just stops his blade with one hand. The disrespect is so thick you could cut it with a knife. My man grabs this clown by the collar, about to teach him a very personal lesson about picking fights. He lifts this dude up by his face like he weighs nothing. The little skull on his shoulder is just vibing, and he just slams this trash bag into the ground, turning him into a permanent part of the floorboards. Skullmask is just walking away from the mess, probably still pissed he hasn't gotten his damn directions. He's heading for the exit, but you just know these clowns aren't going to let him leave that easily. My man finally takes off the cloak, basically saying, "All right, you really want to see what happens?" He's got that "I am so fucking tired of this" look, or as close as a skull can get to one. And of course, more trash mobs try to jump him. These guys have a collective death wish. The Shanker's attack gets blocked like it was a damn love tap. My man didn't even flinch. Skull Mask hits them with a full-on breakdance counterattack just to style on these clowns. The Shanker is absolutely losing his mind, realizing he just tried to fight a goddamn whirlwind. My man just smashes the ground with his bare hands because why not add property damage to the list? The shirtless dude is just staring at the wreckage, finally realizing he is completely out of his league. The Shanker is looking around like a lost puppy, asking where Skull Mask went. Bro, he's literally right there, and some new furry little skull-faced dude just pops up behind him. This guild hall is a clown convention. The new furry skull goes for the attack, and the Shanker barely manages to block. This little dude's got hands. The Shanker's finally got his game face on, realizing he's not just fighting one overpowered weirdo anymore. He pulls out a named attack called Fang Strike. Oh wow, a special move, I'm so impressed. Skull Mask is just watching this whole shit show with his glowing purple eye, probably bored out of his mind. The shirtless dude is back in the fight, trying to look tough while blocking a sword. My man's got a death wish. The Shanker is trying to explain his 200 IQ feint mid-fight. Bro, just shut up and swing. He's trying to pull a fast one, saying his real attack is coming from the other side. We get it, you're clever. And Skull Mask just teleports in to block the real attack like it was nothing. So much for your big brain move, dumbass. The Shanker is absolutely losing his shit, realizing his big brain feint was just a free ticket to an ass whooping. And Furry Skull immediately capitalizes, sending the Shanker flying through the damn wall like a ragdoll. The rest of the trash mobs are just frozen, finally understanding they're not in a bar fight, they're in a boss raid. My man the Shanker is buried in the rubble, admitting he just got one-shotted by the little furry psycho. Furry Skull is just standing there over the wreckage, looking like the world's most pissed-off teddy bear. The remaining goons are absolutely terrified, wondering who's next on the chopping block. Skull Mask is still just standing there, asking who the hell they are. My man just wants his damn directions. Some new voice just drops in from off-screen, telling everyone to knock it the hell off, and it's clearly aimed at Skull Mask, who's still got his purple, "I'm about to commit a war crime" eye activated. A new blonde dude on a balcony tells him to chill, offering to give him what he wants. Finally, some customer service. The trash mobs are just staring, finally realizing they picked a fight with the final boss over some damn directions. The new blonde dude introduces himself as Thor Vinland, the guild master. Finally, someone with a brain cell in this building. This Thor guy is way too chill, inviting Skull Mask for a chat, like his guild hall isn't a complete fucking wreck. And we're off to the guild master's office for a private meeting. This is either a quest or an ambush. The guild master starts dropping lore, confirming he's heard the rumors about the skeleton of Tower Village. He admits they sent search parties for Skull Mask, but came up empty. Bro was too busy being an emo hermit. Furry Skull is just cackling in the corner. This little psycho is enjoying the drama way too much. The guildmaster is trying to ignore the laughing skull, but you can see the "what the fuck is my life" look on his face. Skull Mask slams his fist on the table, telling this dude he's not here for a history lesson. My man's eyes are glowing again, telling the guildmaster to cut the shit and get to the point. The patience meter is at 0. Guildmaster Thor starts his pitch, saying what they want is simple. "Yeah, I'm sure it is, buddy." He explains the Empire basically abandoned them. So he's trying to recruit the guy who just declared war on said Empire. My man's laying it on thick with the tragic backstory about villagers dying. This is a full-on guilt trip. He's saying they're all just waiting to die. Bro, you're talking to an immortal skeleton. Try a different angle. Furry Skull just calls them out, basically saying they should have fought back if they didn't want to die. Skull Mask's puppet hits them with the cold, hard truth. Do nothing. Get nothing. He's not here for a pity party. The guildmaster admits it's not that simple. Oh, here come the excuses. He clarifies that they were too weak to do anything. At least he's honest about being powerless. The narrator confirms the Empire just dipped, leaving everyone to fend for themselves, just like his student said. Skull Mask asks why the hell they didn't just form an alliance with other guilds. He's calling out their whole strategy. Guildmaster Thor is smoking, saying alliances mean war. Sounds like someone's scared. Thor explains it's not just about courage, more like common sense, dude. Skull Mask listens as Thor explains they waited for a hero. Classic damsel in distress move. Thor says they clung to false hope. Someone needs a reality check. Thor says a hero appeared. Bet it's Skull Mask's student. The hero arrives and she looks like a badass, called it. Thor says they thought she could save them. Famous last words. Thor realizes they held on to false hope. Shocker. Skullmask wonders where it all went wrong. Join the club, buddy. Thor says what they lacked was hatred. Damn, that got dark quick. Thor's dropping some seriously nihilistic shit, saying they're fine with dying as long as they get to kill. He's defining war as a full-on suicide pact. This dude has clearly been through some things. And there it is, he's officially making a request, asking Skullmask to lead their death march. Guildmaster Thor is promising to throw all his resources behind Skullmask's one-man war. He's basically telling Skullmask he doesn't give a fuck if he's a demon, he just wants a weapon. The whole damn guild is bowing, begging to be included in his personal apocalypse against the Empire. Skullmask is just silent, probably trying to figure out how asking for directions led to a job offer. My man's first response is to apologize for wrecking the furniture. The timing is just perfect. He's taking responsibility for the Empire's bullshit, since his old crew basically built the damn thing. And he accepts the job, saying it's his first quest in 150 years. The legend is officially back in business. Guildmaster Thor is looking at the ID Skullmask just dropped, and he's completely shook. It's a Ruby-class tag from the Great War. My man just flexed with a 150-year-old ID card. Thor is finally asking the right questions, wondering who the hell he's dealing with. Skullmask's puppet hits him with the "I'm just an ugly ghost" line. My man's emo phase is never truly over. And just like that, he's got a new quest. Take his war to the northern mountains. Furry Skull is leading the charge. The emo world tour has officially begun. The map shows their route and drops a name, Ben Lyra. My man's got a secret identity. We're in the middle of a blizzard, and someone's already complaining about the travel time. Some new red-haired dude with a scope says it's been 5 days. Looks like the party's getting bigger. Furry Skull is already giving the new guy shit for being paranoid about Imperial troops. Furry Skull is impressed that the Imperial troops are already here. My man's got a welcome party waiting. The new guide, Moran, spots a whole-ass camp of knights below. The party just got a lot bigger. Moran clarifies these aren't the guys chasing them, which means there are even more trash mobs out there. My man Moran drops the lore that these are the leftover clowns from the Tower Village beatdown. The guide points out on the map that these idiots are stranded and completely unprepared for winter. Furry Skull asks Moran the guide about a different path, already trying to plan their next move. The new red-haired dude, Sword Harrier, gets pissed that Furry Skull isn't using their names. Moran the guide explains the other path leads to villages these knights will definitely go raid for supplies. Sword Harrier confirms that Imperial knights robbing civilians is just another Tuesday in this shithole empire. My man Sword Harrier blames the new emperor for turning the provinces into a free-for-all buffet for his knights. Furry Skull drops the "I need to kill them" line like he's ordering a damn pizza. Sword Harrier is absolutely losing his mind, not ready for this level of casual violence. My man Sword Harrier is asking for clarification, like he didn't just hear a murder confession. Both of the new guys are completely shook. Welcome to the party, boys. And Skullmask just starts the raid without them, because democracy is for people who aren't immortal skeletons. The knights are asking if it's a raid. Bro, you're about to find out in the worst way possible. Skullmask just appears in a cloud of purple smoke and confirms it's a raid. The customer service is impeccable. Sword Harrier is still screaming while Moran the guide hits him with the "he's already dead" logic. The knights finally recognize him as the Tower Village boogeyman. Yeah, his reputation precedes him. And the whole crew just dives down the cliff to absolutely wreck these stranded trash mobs. Furry Skull is just a blur of purple violence, absolutely shredding these knights like they're made of wet tissue. This poor bastard's helmet is cracking as he realizes he's about to become a permanent part of the scenery. The chapter title is literally Military Supply Slaughter. My man is not here to make friends, he's here to make a point. Some new knight lady is trying to rally the troops while her soldiers are screaming for their lives in the background. She's still trying to give orders when Skullmask's puppet teleports right into her personal space to shut her up. And just like that, she and her horse get absolutely folded by a single purple energy slash. Skullmask is holding her damn head, mocking her just one enemy speech. The disrespect is legendary. He asks the next clown if his eyes are just for decoration, because he clearly missed something important. And there it is, the entire ghost army he brought along for the party. Surprise, motherfucker. The rest of his purple goon squad charges in to finish the job. This isn't a fight, it's a goddamn cleanup. Sword Harrier is finally realizing the guild hall beatdown was just a damn warm-up for our boy. And we get a close-up of the pure, unadulterated rage fueling this purple murder fest. The purple goons are just tearing these knights apart like they're made of wet paper. My man Furry Skull is just doing a victory lap while his minions handle the grunt work. The knights are finally putting a name to the tiny skull-faced apocalypse that's wrecking their shit. Yeah, these nights are getting absolutely diced. This isn't a fight, it's a goddamn blender. Furry Skull is riding his demon horse, looking like the world's most violent toddler on a pony. And there it is. The legend of the Ghost of Tower Village is officially born from the carnage. Sword Harrier tells Moran the guide it's time to go down and join the after party. The demon cavalry is officially making its landing. Time to clean up the rest of the trash. Furry Skull is just chilling on his demon horse, looking like the world's most violent garden gnome. The narrator confirms the tide has turned. Yeah, it's a fucking tsunami of purple rage, my guy. And the purple goons are absolutely mauling these knights. This is less of a fight and more of a feeding frenzy. Some brave idiot charges Furry Skull, screaming his head off. My man just scoffs at the attempt. Furry Skull casually parries the spear like he's swatting a damn fly. He leaps off his horse to deliver a personal ass whooping, because why not style on them? And he just drop kicks this dude's head into next week. The disrespect is off the charts. Skullmask's puppet is holding some glowing gold medallion he just yoinked off the guy. The knight is screaming as his helmet shatters, revealing he was the owner of that new bling. And we get a flashback to someone offering a similar medallion as an apology. Oh, this just got personal. We're in a flashback, and Furry Skull is asking the scruffy dude from the guild what the hell he wants now. Scruffy dude is trying to explain why they jumped him, basically saying, "You looked sketchy as hell." He gives Skullmask's puppet the medallion, saying his daughter made it as a good luck charm. Furry Skull accepts and says he'll thank her, but Scruffy dude hits him with the, "Yeah, about that." And there's the tragic backstory drop. His daughter was killed by Imperial troops. That explains the revenge boner. Scruffy dude says everyone in the guild has a similar story. This whole place is just a support group for vengeance. He calls them all butchers, just burning what's left of their lives for a chance at payback. This genius is giving Skullmask's puppet life advice, telling him not to get consumed by revenge like them. He's projecting hard, saying Skullmask must have someone waiting for him too. Oh, if you only knew, buddy. The flashback ends with the knight getting his face caved in, begging Skullmask not to go too far. Furry Skull just yeets the knight off a cliff. So much for that don't go too far speech. And there he goes, taking a one-way trip to the bottom of the mountain. Gravity is a bitch. My man Furry Skull is just standing there with his purple goon watching the body drop. The knight's last thought is probably, "I should have stayed home today." Furry Skull starts apologizing. "Bro, you just threw him off a cliff, it's a little late for that." And the knight's dying thoughts are about his daughter. Damn, this just got heavy again. The purple goon is ready to finish the job, but Furry Skull just stands there having a moment. Skullmask is back in his own body, and one of his purple goons is trying to talk to him. And Skullmask just fucking explodes his own minion for no reason. My man's rage has no off switch. The new guys are just like, "Good work, sir," completely unfazed by him murdering his own troops. Sword Harrier is asking Furry Skull if the boss needs more bodies. Bro, he's a necromancer, not a recycler. Skullmask is just staring at his hand, probably wondering if he left the stove on back at Emo Mountain. The new guys are watching the bonfire of bodies, calling Skullmask a weirdo. Understatement of the century, my guys. Furry Skull clarifies that the boss wants a cremation, not a zombie army. My man's priorities are all over the place. And there's Skullmask giving a Viking funeral to a bunch of dudes he just murdered. The edgelord aesthetic is strong. My man is just staring into the flames, probably having another flashback about his long-lost kid. The new crew is noticing how sad he looks. Yeah, that's what 150 years of trauma will do to a guy. Skullmask is just soaking in the heat, probably remembering all the other armies he's turned into charcoal. And we're getting a spooky flashback voice telling him it's his turn. Sounds like his past is coming back to haunt him. The ghost of Emo past is telling him he's gonna have to make choices in despair. Bro, that's been his whole life. The ghost of Emo past is still monologuing, but Skullmask just tells it to shut the hell up. My man tells the multi-eyed purple demon to stay in the afterlife. He's not here for a therapy session. The purple demon just laughs its ass off, clearly enjoying this little mental breakdown. The demon hits him with the "look who's talking" line, calling him out for being undead. This demon is really trying to sell him on the whole struggle against fate package. The vision ends with a flaming symbol in the snow. So that was a whole-ass prophetic nightmare. We cut to some random castle getting absolutely torched. Looks like there's a new psycho in town. And there she is, some new red-haired psycho queen enjoying the screams of the dying. This new psycho's got a mouthful of shark teeth and is getting high on the smell of burning bodies. Her knight asks if she wants to play soccer with a princess's head, and she's just like, "Nah, I'm good." This new psycho queen is complaining that her last war was too damn boring. She's literally asking for some crazy bastard to pick a fight with the Empire. Girl, you have no idea. And the narrator drops her name, War Knight Frey. Yeah, that title definitely fits the vibe. Some messenger rolls up with the news. Skullmask and his undead army are here. Your wish is my command. War Knight Frey is absolutely ecstatic. She just found her new favorite chew toy. She's calling Skullmask a crazy bastard with the most unhinged smile I've ever seen. My girl kicks off her hat and tells her troops to assemble. It's officially playtime. Her whole army of absolute units starts marching. This is about to be a kaiju-level brawl. She's standing in front of her giant knights ready to go play with Skullmask's army. And there's the war cry. This psycho is 100% ready to throw down with our boy. The emo world tour continues through a blizzard, with Skullmask leading the way in his personal bubble of loneliness. Sword Harrier is complaining about the silent treatment. Bro, you signed up to follow a 150-year-old emo skeleton. Moran the guide points out he's been a walking corpse for 2 weeks. Yeah, that's just his default setting, my guy. Furry Skull the puppet finally speaks up saying something's wrong. You think? The whole situation is wrong. Sword Harrier is finally asking the important questions like how the hell a skull is just floating there. Welcome to the party, pal. We flash back to Guildmaster Thor connecting the dots between Skullmask and the hero who died, aka his student. Thor's dropping more lore, confirming the dead hero grew up in the same village. The plot is getting spicy. My man Thor is putting the timeline together, realizing the hero's return and the undead army popping up wasn't a coincidence. And he's remembering the ass-whooping from the guild hall, specifically how Skullmask's puppet was moving. Thor drops the bomb that Skullmask's fighting style was a perfect copy of the hero's. He knows they were connected. Moran the guide is trying to convince Sword Harrier that Skullmask is just a sad, struggling boy like them. Guildmaster Thor is writing in his diary that Skullmask is a wild card, but definitely not their enemy. My man Thor is betting the entire rebellion on this one emo skeleton being the key to victory. And we get the official character sheets for Sword Harrier and Moran the guide, the new Apocalypse babysitters. Sword Harrier is rightfully pointing out that their new boss is a chaotic psycho who probably won't listen to a damn thing they say. Guildmaster Thor just tells him to chill, holding a scroll like he's got this whole thing planned out. My man hits him with the "I have a good intuition" line. Famous last words for any rebellion leader. Sword Harrier is still looking like he's about to have a full-blown panic attack. He's not buying the trust me bro strategy. Back in the present, Skullmask is staring into the void while his puppet gives him directions. And Skullmask confirms the next stop on his revenge tour is Changtap Village. The property values are about to tank. Skullmask's puppet announces they're making a pit stop. This feels less like a mission and more like a feels trip. And we get a flashback to his kid putting a paper bag on his head. My man was playing dress-up with his daughter. He's confused as hell, but she's giving him the thumbs up. This is the wholesome content we didn't know we needed. So this is the village from his memories. The whole revenge tour just took a detour down memory lane. We see them running through the town. Just a dad and his kid having a good day. My girl is throwing up a peace sign, happy as can be. This is what he's fighting for, man. Some new pink-haired lady at the bar is welcoming them. Looks like they were regulars here. The whole crew is just vibing at the bar, a rare moment of peace for our boy. His kid challenges him to a game of darts. You just know he's about to style on everyone. And there it is, a perfect bullseye. My man's been a goddamn legend since before he was a skeleton. The whole damn bar is losing its mind over the bullseye. My man's a local legend, even with a bag on his head. This is the good old days, man. Just a bar full of people having a good time, no apocalypses in sight. Even the damn paper bag looks happy. This is the most wholesome shit we've seen this entire series. And there's the before picture. Just a regular old tavern sign on a sunny day. And here's the after. The whole vibe just took a nosedive into a bucket of depression. The dartboards are still there, but the fun is long gone. This place is a goddamn ghost town now. Yeah, the whole place is completely trashed. Whatever happened here, it definitely wasn't a party. And our boy is back, sitting alone in the wreckage of his happiest memory. The feels trip is hitting hard. He's just sitting there in silence, soaking in all the pain. This is why he started a war, man. His hands are clenched so tight you can feel the rage and grief. This whole trip was just to torture himself. My man Furry Skull slams his mug down, officially done with his emo flashback session. Some new floating skull shows up to tell him the inn's closed, and he's too late for a nostalgia trip. And it's Pink Hair from the flashback, asking what happened to his paper bag disguise. She's looking a lot rougher these days, but she definitely remembers the bag-headed legend. Furry Skull is completely baffled, wondering how she recognized him without his signature disguise. Pink hair says his kid told her everything, conveniently leaving out the whole "my dad's a skeleton" part. She starts pouring him a drink because what else do you do when a ghost from the past shows up? The wine's called New Beginning. Yeah, a bit on the nose for the guy starting a world war. And there's the gut punch. His daughter left the bottle for him before she dipped. She wanted to drink it with him for their journey. My man's about to need a whole case of that wine now. Pink hair explains the wine is a good luck charm for adventurers. Yeah, he's gonna need it. She drops the bomb that the wine's been discontinued for ages, which makes his kid's gift even heavier. And now the whole village is a ghost town with no adventurers left. The Empire really fucked everything up. Pink hair hits him with the "I get it, but you're going about this all wrong" speech. She's telling him that even if he wins, he's just gonna burn himself out in the process. And at the end of his little war, he's just gonna be the last psycho standing. She hits him with the ultimate guilt trip, asking if this is what his kid would have wanted. Oof, the vision of him being a lonely, sad skeleton is the future she's trying to save him from. Pink hair just straight up tells him, "Nah, this ain't it, Chief." She says his kid would have wanted more for him than just becoming a monster for revenge. Pink hair keeps dropping truth bombs, saying his kid wanted a brighter, happier future for him. Furry Skull finally asks about the stuff his kid left, still processing the emotional damage. We get a quick flash of his kid's hair, just to twist that emotional knife a little deeper. Pink hair confirms his daughter left him a whole-ass care package before she dipped. The kid left him a whole-ass adventure journal, planning a classic hero's journey for them. She wanted to be a hero just like the old legends, specifically the Ruby-class adventurers. And there's the gut punch. She wanted to be just like him and his old crew. Pink hair drops the final emotional nuke, saying his kid wanted to go on that adventure with him. We cut back to the real Skull Mask, who's just been taking all this emotional damage in silence. My man finally speaks, processing that his kid wanted a hero, not a goddamn warlord. The narrator drops a philosophy bomb about hatred, and my man's finally realizing his revenge boner was blinding him. He's admitting his kid was the real teacher here, and his whole war was just him being a dumbass. And just like that, he's pivoting from warlord to carrying on his kid's dream. The character development is real. My man Furry Skull finishes his drink, officially done with the therapy session and ready to bounce. Pink hair asks for his next move, probably wondering if her speech actually got through to the emo skeleton. He's connecting the wine's name to his new mission. Yeah, the symbolism is hitting him hard now. We get a flashback to his old hero self, confirming he's ready to start a new journey. My man's remembering his old adventuring days, getting ready to trade his warlord hat for a hero's pack. And there it is. He's officially ditching the revenge tour for the adventure his kid always wanted. The narrator drops the new series title. The emo revenge story is over. Now it's adventure time, bitches. And there's the official map for the Fields trip, with a skull marking the village where dreams go to die.